The WNBA is in chaos. And Caitlin Clark is right in the middle of it all. She's been hit with fouls at an unbelievable rate, some brutal, some downright dangerous, and far too often, the officials just look the other way. But now Clark has broken her silence, dropping revelations that could shake the league to its core. Could this be the turning point that forces the WNBA to finally confront its biggest problems? This story isn't ending anytime soon. Caitlin Clark, the rookie who flipped the WNBA upside down. From the moment she stepped on the court, the league changed overnight. Not because she begged for headlines, but because ignoring her was impossible. When the Indiana Fever drafted her, the forgotten franchise instantly became the hottest ticket in sports. Attendance? Sold out. Merchandise? Flying off racks. Media coverage? Non-stop. And the numbers? Mind-blowing. The WNBA app exploded. Engagement up 6,000%. Subscriptions up over 300%. Her jersey? Nearly impossible to buy. The Fever's franchise value didn't just climb, it tripled, and yet, Clark's first season hasn't ended in triumph. It's ended in frustration. Month after month, she took hit after hit. Hard fouls, dangerous contact, zero protection. Until finally, her body gave out. Not because she lacked toughness, her stats proved she was elite, but because the very league that gained the most from her spotlight refused to protect her. Fans watched helplessly as she took punishing contact night after night. You'd think the WNBA would protect its biggest star, maybe even build around her. She wasn't just lifting the Fever, she was lifting the entire league. Instead, her success created tension by outshining the league's veterans, including three-time MVP Aja Wilson. Clark unknowingly stepped into a minefield of egos, politics, and perception. Wilson herself even spoke out after the draft. She chose her words carefully, but the message was clear. Clark's rise and the hype around her was not going unnoticed. For some, that spotlight felt more like a threat than a celebration. The debate quickly left the court. Race, favoritism, the question of whether the WNBA truly embraced Clark or quietly resented her. Clark never fueled that drama. She just played her game and dominated, but every buzzer beater, every sold-out crowd only made the whispers louder. Was the league ready for this kind of spotlight, or was it scrambling to balance its old stars with its new moneymaker? The true tragedy isn't just that Clark is sidelined, it's that she steps away at her peak when women's basketball needed her energy most. Instead, her rookie year closes in frustration and with haunting questions about whether the league failed the very player rewriting its history. Section 2. So what really happened to the rookie who took the hardest hits in the game? Let's break it down. The rookie who endured the most punishment is stepping away. A headline nobody saw coming, and the whispers behind it even louder. Not because she's washed up, she's barely started. Not because she lost her skill, her game is still electric, but because this rookie season drained her to the edge. Wasn't just the spotlight, it was the bruises, the constant pounding. The feeling that every game turned into survival. Here's the shocking stat. In the 2024 WNBA season, Clark absorbed 17% of every flagrant or hard foul in the entire league. One player taking nearly 1/5 of the worst hits. In women's basketball, that's over twice as many as the next closest player. Twice. At that point, can anyone honestly call it random? Or was it intentional? Because these weren't normal fouls. These were violent collisions, blindsides, mid-air takedowns, hits that looked more like football than basketball. Slow motion replays went viral because they looked like fight scenes from movies. Only this wasn't acting. The damage was real, and the officiating? Nowhere to be found. Clip after clip shows Clark getting fouled 3, even 4 times on a single possession. And not one whistle blown, just silence, as if officials had decided she had to prove herself. Even when the hits went beyond competitive and into dangerous, that's what stung most for fans. In any other league, the brightest rookie would get protection, but here, not one suspension, barely a warning. Most of the players dishing out the punishment walked away untouched. Clark, she was left icing her bruises, gearing up for the next round. Off the court, it wasn't better. Side remarks, subtle digs, hot mic shade. It felt personal, and to her fans, it looked intentional. When debates about race and favoritism started creeping in, the air grew even heavier. But the question wasn't just what happened. happened. It was why. Why did the league let it happen? Was it resentment? Was it a test? Or just pure negligence? Whatever the reason, the result's the same. One of the league's brightest stars is walking away. Not because of skill, but because of constant unchecked abuse. And when you rewatch the footage, one truth becomes impossible to deny. She wasn't just battling opponents. She was battling the system. So was this simply hard fouls or something far darker? What should have been a season of highlight reels turned into the WNBA's biggest storm yet. And at the center of it all, Caitlin Clark, the rookie who, in less than a year, went from promising draft pick to the most polarizing figure in the league. Her rise was lightning fast. Endorsements, primetime coverage, national commercials, opportunities most veterans never saw in years. She had in months. To some, it was well-earned recognition for greatness. To others, it felt like years of work were being overshadowed. That tension, raw and unfiltered, spilled into the spotlight. And then three-time MVP Aja Wilson said the part nobody wanted to admit: race matters. She didn't dance around it, she said it directly on live air, and denying it only makes people angrier. That statement ripped open a conversation that had been building all season. Clark herself never mentioned race, never played the victim, never blamed anyone. But from the moment she became the face of the league, the atmosphere shifted, and you could see it on the court. The fouls got harder, the stares got longer, the whispers became accusations. Was this tough basketball, or was it personal? For many veteran black players, the frustration made sense. They had grinded for years, stacked accolades, but never got the sponsorships or national spotlight. Then here comes a white rookie, every eye locked on her. Resentment wasn't hard to spot, but when resentment turns into retaliation, that's where the line blurs. Clark's teammate Sophie Cunningham said it outright. The league failed to protect its biggest star, and she wasn't talking about harmless contact or playful trash talk. She meant the hits that left fans speechless. So where does this all leave us? Caitlin Clark, the rookie who electrified the WNBA, now stands at a crossroads. She didn't just play basketball, she carried the league, sold out arenas, record-breaking streams, jerseys flying off shelves. She made women's basketball the headline, not the footnote. But at the peak of her rise, she's battered, bruised, and questioning whether the system meant to protect her was built to break her instead. Because this isn't just about fouls. It's about what the league allowed. Refs swallowing whistles, opponents testing limits, commentators hinting at resentment, whispers of race and favoritism pouring gasoline on the fire, and fans noticed every hard hit, every ignored whistle, every highlight followed by a brutal takedown. The conversation wasn't about her greatness. It was about whether the WNBA was even ready for her. That's the tragedy. This was supposed to be the league's golden moment, its chance to go mainstream, to embrace the player who put women's basketball on the map like never before. Instead, the season ends with its brightest star sidelined and millions asking if the league failed her. But here's the twist. Caitlin Clark isn't finished. Not even close. She's been tested, she's been doubted, she's been targeted. But every time, she's answered the same way, by rising higher. Her rookie year wasn't just a season, it was a warning, a reminder that greatness can't be ignored, and mistreatment can't be hidden forever. Now the WNBA faces its defining question: will it protect its future or repeat its mistakes? Caitlin Clark lit the fire. The world is watching to see if the league fans the flames or lets them burn out. Because one thing is certain, she changed the WNBA. Now the WNBA must decide if it can change for her.